records and limit the remarks to 5 minutes. Generally, the city council will not take official action on items discussed at this time, but we may refer matters to the staff or a committee for a future report or direct the matter to be scheduled on an upcoming agenda. Greg, you like to speak?
I'll kick it off. Good evening, Mayor, council members. My name is Greg Kimman, SCH. Most of you know me. Some of you don't. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit. I know this is kind of the time when you start looking at your annual appointments again. And I just wanted to express my interest as well as SCH's interest in your consideration for city engineering when you go to your annual appointments. Most of you, I think, are familiar with SCH, but for those that you're not, I'll give you a brief on SCH and then on myself. SCH has been in the municipal business for over 85 years. City engineering is a core of what we do. We are one of the largest diversified engineering services firm in the upper Midwest. We have over 550 employees. 347 of those are in Minnesota alone, with 119 registered engineers within the company. As I said, city engineering, core of what we do, again, one of the largest and most diverse. We have specialty services, a wide range of services provided to the city. Some of those include GIS, central technology, lighting, downtown streetscaping, as well as our funding acquisition that we help communities with. For the past 18 months, we've been able to secure $120 million for our communities in both grants and loans. If I can address your attention to the second page, which is the blue one there. This is a breakdown of the personnel within our company with three various offices: Brainerd, St. Cloud, and St. Paul. On the left side, underneath the engineering duties, you'll see there's a list of communities that we serve as far as engineering services. And below that, you'll see the state of Minnesota with the number of communities. There's well over 50 of them there that SCH is actually named as the city engineer. And I'll come back to that. There's an interesting fact about those communities. With the number of individual communities that we are named city engineering, the average tenure that SCH has been there is 23 years. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get to that in a minute. As I mentioned, I am a civil engineer out of our Brainerd office. You'll notice we have 6 employees in our office. But it's a small number, but it's a nice cross-section of technical staff for municipal services. In the event that there's a project that is outside of that technical services that we provide in Brainerd, we would look for support from St. Cloud and St. Paul. And as you can see on the large number there, there's a wide range of technical staff that we'd be able to tap into. If you flip the page to the back of the handout there, as I mentioned, there's an interesting fact about why communities stick with SCH for so long. And it's our community involvement. At SCH, we get involved in the communities that we serve. This is a snapshot of the involvement that our staff members are involved in the communities. We've included all of the staff members in Brainerd, as well as Heidi Pepper. Heidi is in our community economic development team. She serves as far as the grant application and finding the funding for our communities that the Brainerd serve. So I figured it was important to include her in there as well. Well, enough about SCH. Tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Little Falls. Grew up here. One of my first jobs was actually at Coburn's. I met my future wife there. Thanks, Greg. After graduating from Little Falls Community High School, I went to NDSU for 4 years. Out of college, I got a job in North Dakota for 2 years, while Stacy continued to get her degree in architecture. Between Stacy's junior and senior year, we decided to buy our first house. But ironically, we didn't buy the house in North Dakota where I was working. We actually bought it in Little Falls here. At the time, we knew Little Falls was where we wanted to live. That's where we wanted to have our kids grow up. And so we made the choice to live in Little Falls. 1 year later, we actually got to move into our house in Little Falls here. And, well, that's, we got to move into our house. And that first year that we were living in North Dakota was kind of tricky because we had rent as well as mortgage payment. But that was in, and we're here now. Fast forward 13 years, here I am in front of you, asking you to consider us with your annual appointments. I've got a very loving wife and considerate wife that I get to go to a lot of these night meetings, as well as three wonderful kids. And I firmly believe that SEH and myself, there's no other consultant that cares more about Little Falls than me. I made the conscious decision to live here, to be a part of the community, and I would like your consideration when we come to the annual appointments for city engineering. So with that, I'll open it up to questions. I know we do have up in here the fee schedule that we'll be looking at. I believe it's fair, very reasonable for the city of Little Falls. I believe we can save you some money. We don't charge fees for any council meetings that we attend. I mean, I've been here for 3 years. You haven't seen anything. I obviously want to continue to be here with you guys. We don't charge to be named your city engineer on monthly fees and all like that. The only time that you see a fee from us is when there's projects that you have ongoing. So with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Anybody, any questions for Greg?
Well, I'd just like to make a statement. As you can see here, Greg worked with us on the Camp Ripley Veterans Day Trail when we first got that started. And I just want to say, Greg, that you were extremely instrumental in helping us get that thing going and making some of the right choices that we made and kind of guiding us along. So I really appreciate that, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions? Thanks, Greg. We'll take this under advisement.
Yeah, thank you for your consideration.
Anybody else want to speak?
Yes, I certainly would. Maybe I should join you at the table.
It's up to you.
Well, I have a loud enough voice, I think you can hear me. Look, we have a real problem. The city has $100,000 at stake in the Town 180 competition. Kate Bjerge's comment, there's a few people we need to get rid of, and Chris's laughter that are now posted on YouTube is not going to sit well with liberal Hollywood judges. Kate and Chris are suggesting chasing some people out of town. As a liberal myself, I know how this intolerant behavior will be viewed. These are quotes from the Pope's New Year message. He stresses strength, courage, and hope. This brings a responsibility for each to work so that the world becomes a community of brothers who respect each other, accept each other in one's diversity, and take care of one another. I too believe that it will be good for us to stop ourselves in this path of violence and search for peace. The Catholic Church dedicates January 1st to the promotion of world peace. Francis has charted a path for what he calls a poor church attentive to the needy. We are also called, this is quote, we're also called to see the violence and injustices present in so many parts of the world and which cannot leave us indifferent and immobile. Hearing the cry of peace from peoples who are oppressed by war and by violence, the courage of dialogue and reconciliation prevail over the temptation for vendetta, arrogance, and corruption. Polly Mann is the co-founder of Women Against Military Madness in the Twin Cities, and I am proud to call her my friend. This is a quote from her. For many years, I thought militarism itself was responsible for war, noted Polly in October of 1999, but slowly, very slowly, I've come to realize that militarism is not itself responsible for war. It is the mechanism, the servant of a larger force, a force that is the dominant religion of American society. This religion is touted in every possible way. Half of Sunday's newspapers is devoted to it. Its most obvious churches are the shopping malls. This force, this God, goes by many names. The most obvious is money. Another is consumerism. Another term often applied is the American lifestyle, a term which implies the ability to buy anything you have money or credit card capital for. The doctrines of this religion go by many names: free trade, meaning unrestricted trade, the market economy, and corporate globalism. In April of 1999, Polly spoke to the St. Catherine, Minneapolis, College of St. Catherine, Minneapolis, a group called Spirituality and Social Justice. This is some more of what she said. War is something Polly is familiar with. She is originally from Arkansas, where she worked in an army camp during World War II. She expressed sadness while telling us about the activities of the camp. She said it was very emotional to see the trains leave with the soldiers. They had to say goodbye to their loved ones. She said the worst part was when they returned home. Many of the soldiers were dead and the rest wounded. It did not seem to matter that they were heroes. Polly also told of the fighting techniques the men were taught. Bayonet practice was hard for her to watch because of its brutality. During this time, she decided that she would speak out against war. But living in a small town made it difficult. In questioning and challenging militarism, Polly has had some negative experiences. She has been arrested because of protesting and has been put into jail. The WHAM office has received hate mail and threats. Thank you.
Anybody else want to speak?
Because Robin did bring up 180, I'll just quickly give you an update on that. And I don't know if everybody here is familiar with Town 180. It's a, ABC is developing a new program. They've done Survivor, Extreme Makeover, that type of thing. And about a year ago, they let out to communities between 5,000 and 20,000 that they were going to start a new program. And it's kind of like an extreme makeover of a community. And basically what it is either two committees or two communities are going to compete. They'll give them projects, either it's marketing or whatever. And whoever wins at the project each week, because I guess it lasts for like 10 weeks, get a prize every week. And then the ultimate prize will be $100,000 to the group that wins. And then they'll send a team of professionals to the community for 6 months to help you make over your community. So we applied for this way back, and then we got into the second round. We're one of 7. At one point we were one of 7. I believe it's gotten to the point that it's less. But each week they call up with a new task. So they wanted us to send in 10 videos of people back last June of people in the community. And so we did that. And then they wanted a picture of our entry sign and then kind of an overview. And we did that. Then they wanted nice pictures of La Falls. We did that. And they came back and they wanted the kind of like where would you find the bad areas of La Falls. We did that. And then they wanted people in the community that would be that cause conflict, or somebody who's going to make the program lively. And so we had to go through that process. And so that's kind of where we are, and waiting to see what happens now. And so yeah, it's kind of hard to decide, what's the bad spots and who's could be conflict, because I have a tendency to look at everything with rose-colored glasses when it comes to Little Falls. So we're still in the running, so just to let you know that.
Anybody else want to speak? And that, we'll go right on to our information.